Hello everyone and now welcome to a game. This game is a human mirror match between Leon and Romantic, also known as Fortitude, taking place here on Shallow Grave 1.4. Alright, where are things going? Romantic spawning as the teal human player on the bottom right hand side of the map, opening up with a, barracks and altar of kings. Meanwhile, off to the north side here, pretty much a similar thing. Barracks, altar of kings farm as things are getting underway. Shallow Grave 1.4, one of the newer maps currently in the map pool. It's been great to see different tile sets, different map styles, and all of that unfolding here as we are going to be looking at what heroes we will be seeing in this matchup. It is going to be an Archmage versus an Archmage. No real surprise, as the Archmage has been the primary hero of the human army pretty much since day one of Reign of Chaos on Lost Temple, allowing the Archmage to summon water elementals and then try and speed build that fast expansion. Meanwhile, Footman here looks like he's going to try and perhaps grab a Forest Troll Shadow Priest, perhaps Militia call over some units, drop a Water Elemental, and then make its way over. No, Romantic opting to not drop the Water Elemental that early, waiting for the Militia to get there and in position, as well as here we are going to dive on in, try to take down this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp. Water Elemental taking quite a bit of damage here. Forest Troll High Priest, Inner Fire already on that Forest Troll Warlord there, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest has now joined in on the battle. Lots of Inner Fire across multiple units. A couple of peasants could get taken down. And off to the north, well, we are so far looking at a true mirror match. Leon doing the same exact thing. Romantic benefiting a bit more, picking up a potion of greater healing over a wand of mana stealing. But then again, wand of mana stealing, if the Archmage can take a level 3 advantage and start dropping down water elementals much more efficiently, well, that can turn into a very large push as well. Down to the south side here, Romantic continuing his creep pattern, and well, if you're looking at the mini map, you can pretty much see it is a true mirror match, both sides creeping the same position. And if you look at the supply, well, nearly a mini match as well, 29 supply compared to 28. Techs to tier 2 have not begun. A town hall now have a scout tower alongside it. Meanwhile, down to the south here, scout tower not upgrading to anything as of yet, as militia clear out the remainder of this creep camp off over here. So Romantic, being a little bit more aggressive, does get to level 3 first and should be able to, well, make a little bit of a play. Accidentally walks into a bit of a corner right there, not where he wanted to go, as the Archmage does have a potion of replenishment as well. He's looking for where his opponent could possibly be. His opponent is clearing out his opponent is, well, down across on the other side of the map. Level 3 on the Archmage is going to be dropping in some water elementals here. And are we going to see the Wand of Mana Stealing being used? No, not used just quite yet. Does have 60 mana, so could drop in some more water elementals here in just a moment. Units are now continuing to pull back. Your Forest Troll Shadow Priest of Romantic looking to back up. Archmage looks to back up as well, as the Footmen are going to go ahead and regroup. All right, teal versus green here in a human versus human mirror match. Apparently, Romantic and Leon wanted to make it difficult to cast the game, trying to figure out, who exactly has what, so to speak, as the Archmage of Leon now, well, trying to push on through. Archmage does have enough for another water elemental. Scroll of Town Portal was forced to be used earlier, so that is an important thing to note. Meanwhile, the potion of replenishment is still there. Wet is going to go down, dropping a water elemental. Well, I can't see which Footman belongs to who exactly. All right, Footman versus Footman, kind of a difficult spot to be in. Should I turn ally color? Nope. No, that doesn't actually change the colors of anything. All right, trying to turn on ally color, change the colors on the top, but the in-game colors were still the same, unfortunately. Archmage going to go ahead and clear out the Sasquatch there, picking up a Pendant of Energy. A big item there for Leon, who, if he wants to drop in continual water elementals, he is now taking a bit of an experience lead, 3.5 compared to 3.1, as Romantic ran across the map to figure out where his opponent actually was. Forest Troll Shadow Priest down to 48 hit points, could end up getting taken down. 2 of Leon's Forest Troll Shadow Priest now going to try and retreat back, accidentally walks too close to Romantic's Arcane Tower and gets them both taken down. All right, he worked so hard to keep both of those Forest Troll Shadow Priests alive, only to sacrifice them on the Arcane Tower of Romantic's base. That was perhaps a major setback there. All right, big setback there. However, Leon not going to, well, worry about it too much. Going to go ahead and try and clear up creep camps as quickly as possible. Perhaps get to level 4 on this creep camp, or at least get very close, leaving behind a Tome of Agility +2. Down to the south here, Romantic looking to clear out a difficult creep camp, especially with so much, well, frost armor affecting so many of the units here. Archmage decides, you know what, I'm not going to even bother trying to put pressure. I'm going to let you clear out the remainder of this creep camp. I'm going to try and get to level 4 first. And I don't know if that could have been a questionable move, getting to level 4 first for that, well, experience or that mana advantage, and now using that wand of mana stealing to deny a water elemental before it's even operational. All right, both sides are losing units left and right. I'm hoping that this doesn't stay a mirror match the entire time, as both sides are still racking up quite a bit of damage, down to 140, 111 hit points. 3 or 4 more shots. There is no boots of speed there. Is the Archmage going to be able to get the job done, finish off that one water elemental or one footman? Yes, he does. And now trying to dive on in. All right, a lot of engagement, a lot of damage. Could try to move on its way through. That could, however, be very dangerous, as the Archmage has a mana stone and now could come out ahead here. All right, more mana coming back across. Could try and pick up another unit there, as you see the Forest Troll Berserker now trying to retreat back. Forest Troll Shadow Priest of Romantic still doing quite all right, as the, well, Mountain King out on the battlefield for Romantic. All right, defense back at home looks solid enough, but Leon does have the supply advantage, at least for now, but not enough units are out here onto the battlefield. All right, Stormbolt onto a footman right there. Is he going to get taken down? He's trying to retreat back. Archmage trying to get into harm's way. Mountain King could launch another Stormbolt here, down to 71 hit points, and, well, get a Stormbolt on to the Archmage instead. Archmage now trying to retreat back. Mountain King doesn't have enough mana, but does have a mana stone and a Stormbolt right there, trading a Scroll of Town Portal for that mana stone. A good exchange, as the Mountain King stays at level 1, Archmage staying at level 4. Back at home, Leon is, well, regrouping all of his units. Those 2 Forest Troll Shadow Priests that were taken down earlier by the Arcane Tower definitely felt as if they were able to make it back home, they perhaps would already be all the way back healed, and healed up some of those other units who were fleeing as well. All right, Mountain King of Leon not on the board with any experience. Meanwhile, Romantic is the one getting closer to level 2 at a faster rate, as the Mountain King, well, bashes on or dives on in. Tome of Intelligence +2 easily picked up by the Mountain King to get more mana. Romantic still sitting at 37 supply compared to 44. That is a slight supply advantage, but it doesn't feel like Leon has taken a very big lead as of yet. He is risking it now to go for an expansion here, so a risky expansion, which could pay off if it is not scouted out. Mountain King gonna go ahead and try and engage Archmage, Potion of Greater Healing and Potion of Replenishment. Both sides fighting their way through. 2 Forest Troll Berserkers. Mountain King has a bash here, so both sides getting bash on their Mountain King, as Romantic now makes his way off to the north. All right, Army purposely trying to stay relatively nearby. Mountain King picks up healing wards. Very, very powerful items, as the Archmage and Mountain King are now going to come across the town hall here. All right, he sees all of this coming down the other way. Water Elementals, Forest Troll Berserker trying to finish off a couple of those priests instead. Stormbolt going down on the Forest Troll Berserker. That's a big representation of damage at very relatively low hit points, 450 hit points. It gets taken down too. Forest Troll Berserker trying to back away. That one gets taken down as well. Both sides fighting every which way. Stormbolt, Leon now sitting at level 3 on his Mountain King. Meanwhile, Romantic sitting at level 2. So Leon taking the experience lead on that Mountain King with level 2 Stormbolts now. Should be able to get in significantly more damage. All right, the quick attack there. Bolts going back every which way. Teal and green battling it up all across the board. Romantic picking up that Mantle of Intelligence that was originally for Leon. Stormbolt now going down onto the Mountain King as well. Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. He needs to shake it off, as we're looking at another priest about to get taken down. Mountain King, well, is he going to be able to continue to heal up? Still has plenty of mana. Still has, 70 mana ready to go. So another Stormbolt should be ready and in time. Archmage now fighting alongside some Spellbreakers. They should be able to fight relatively well, as we see now healing wards being placed down, making it difficult to finish off last of those couple of units. All right, Stormbolt going down onto Romantics. Mountain King has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Is it going to be used in time? No, uses a Potion of Greater Healing. Instead, going to go ahead and continue to fight here, as both sides are exchanging blows. And finally, Leon's Mountain King is out of mana. Out of mana, Mountain King means no more Stormbolts. Meanwhile, Romantic's Mountain King has one more, gun or bullet in the chamber, but does not fire. All right. Unit's going to go ahead, hang around here at the healing ward, heal up a little bit. Meanwhile, the expansion needs to be defended. Leon's expansion is now up and operational. Mountain King now trying to dive on in, has some potions and has some other things ready to go. Militia going to join in on the battlefield as we see a Stormbolt onto a low hit point priest, but that priest, is it far enough away? No, it is not. It is going to get taken down. Archmage continuing to battle it up. Romantic sitting at level 4 here. There is, well, that healing ward that was there temporarily to try and offer a little bit more healing. Romantics Archmage falls at level 4, giving level 5 to Leon, as Leon now trying to, well, run around in circles. Mountain King still has enough, well, could have thrown a Stormbolt down, but I'm sure the, well, Scroll of Town Portal was ready to be used at any given moment, as the units are now all retreating back. All right, a 3-4 minute fight between these two players. Both sides, while suffering some big damage, but Leon actually coming out ahead, taking out the Archmage of Romantic, getting up to level 5, and now that Mountain King is nearing level 4 as well. What are Romantic's options here? Romantic still double down on this Spellbreaker Priest army, and that means that the Mountain Kings the Mountain Kings are going to really be focusing and targeting those priests in the backfield. Those priests in the backfield don't have that many hit points, and once they are stationary, not only are they not healing themselves, they're also opening themselves to the range damage of those water elementals and the Archmage to try and finish them off. Mountain King, sitting at level 3, does pick up a Helm of Valor alongside a Robe of Magi. Mountain King now also with quite a bit of mana regeneration and mana capacity. 405 compared to 385. Mountain King armies going to go ahead and walk by each other here. Stormbolt going down onto that Mountain King already. Are we going to see a little bit of stealing of that inner fire going back and forth? Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble trying to retreat back away. Another Stormbolt could go down, though the Mountain King does not want anything to do with this fight here. Going to try and engage Archmage. Mountain King could try to go back the other way, perhaps to hit another priest there, as the priest apparently Mountain Kings don't like priest, constantly focusing the other unit's priest down. Mountain King still has a bloodlust here. It's constantly getting stolen back and forth, and it's still lasting quite a while, as the Mountain King still has quite a bit of mana. Well, should have enough mana if the chase goes all the way back home. Romantic sitting at 50, Leon sitting at 63, with that additional expansion really pushing Leon, even though he is in low upkeep. Archmage out here onto the battlefield. Stormbolt is going to go down. Yes, no, Stormbolt onto the priest instead. Archmage is going to be fine here. Mountain King, while constantly losing that bloodlust, going back onto a priest instead, as both sides are suffering some casualties now. Home field advantage for Romantic, as the army size is only 40 compared to 46. Leon, although he does have an army size advantage, only slight right now. Yeah, only slight right now. All right, both sides getting ready to engage. Spellbreakers are in position here. Are we looking at, well, adept training versus adept training? We have seen so much inner fire, but that's only been stolen by the Spellbreakers from the creeps. 1-1 upgrades on Romantic's army compared to 0-0 upgrades, and now control magic on Leon's, on Romantic's water elemental. All right, that water elemental going to end up getting taken out. It's going to get denied, and no, it is not. So that is a little bit of, of a scary proposition. If you steal your opponent's water elemental, a low hit point water elemental, it costs less mana, but then you could just be funneling experience to your opponent. Also, I don't believe gaining control of your opponent's unit actually counts towards gaining any experience, so as you're not killing the unit. All right. Coming back around, Mountain King is going to land a Stormbolt, yes, onto that Footman there. Footman is stationary, going to get pressured, but an army of Spellbreakers appears beside it to try and protect it, and it looks like it will work. Leon now coming back across, more Spellbreakers joining on the battlefield. 46 supply compared to 60. Romantic looking to fight back here. Footman could end up getting taken down pretty quickly. Is he going to get Stormbolted or anything? No, Footman now retreating back. Militia and Peasants joining back out here onto the battlefield. No AoE heals as the Mountain King. Are we going to see more Stormbolts go down onto low hit point priests? But the priests are all maxed out on hit points at 330 right now, making them relatively well protected. More dispel magic here. A lot of healing needs to go around. priests need to try and heal up some of these lower hit point spell breakers. Are we getting focused down anywhere? There's a scroll of healing right there across multiple units as the Romantic gets a bash and a Stormbolt down onto the Mountain King. Mountain King losing a tremendous amount of mana now that he's in that front line, getting targeted by those spell breakers. Are we going to see any more? Oh, there's a bash right there trying to finish off some units as one of the priests may finally get taken down. All right, more damage going back across here. This is a battle of attrition. Both sides with similar armies, both sides getting affected the same way as Leon is the first one to tap out. Is Leon going to try and throw down a Stormbolt anywhere? No, none of the priests were actually really within, Stormbolt range. As we see Romantic actually taking the lead in terms of experience on that Mountain King. So Romantic was actually came out ahead. It didn't lose nearly as much. Leon now has the larger army by far, sitting on the cusp of high upkeep, 80 over 84. He wants to re-engage and try and push with a stronger, a larger army, but he was dealing that, or he was trying to fight against an army that had better upgrades. 2-1 upgrades now starting. Do we see any additional upgrades coming in from Romantic? No, Romantic already at 2-1 as the Spellbreakers now making their way through. Perhaps going to be able to catch a couple of units in transit. Romantic could lose some priests here. No, not going to lose any priests here as the Spellbreakers, unable to catch up to those priests there. Archmage actually getting tripped up and with no movement speed bonus. Well, human players have always known it is difficult to try and run away or try to catch up from a fleeing unit. Leon at this point and stage in the game opting to go into high upkeep, trying to train up more units and continue to press that army size advantage. Leon is going to turn back around here, perhaps try and put pressure onto some of these other buildings. As we're going to get engaged here, Archmage, Stormbolt, no Stormbolt going down there. Finally, Stormbolt, and now Archmage going to take quite a bit of damage. Romantic is in some serious trouble as the Archmage down to dead. Pretty much one Stormbolt and an out of position Archmage. Romantic's Archmage falls, and now if this does turn into a battle of attrition, well, the person who has more mana is going to win, as the mana then just translates into hit points. No more Brilliance or a Stormbolt going down onto the Mountain King, but shaken off with a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Both sides still fighting their way through, and yeah, teal versus green here. Both sides, gonna continue to fight here, and we're still looking at some low hit point units constantly getting healed up slowly but surely. Mountain King trying to back away. Leon's Mountain King trying to back away. Romantic's Mountain King is sitting at level 5, and well, Archmage is sitting at level 5. Mountain King on the other side, is it going to get taken down? Yes. Well, suddenly Leon loses his Mountain King, and well, the Mountain King is the real damage dealer in the army, being able to pick off units with the Stormbolt and allow the Spellbreakers to follow up. Romantic now gets up to level 6. Romantic level 6, gonna go ahead and go down after the Archmage. Archmage could get taken down. No, Potion of Healing, Scroll of Town Portal used in time, and Leon will be able to live and fight another day as it gets to level 6 in the fleeing moments. Leon's Archmage now importantly has Mass Teleport. All right, Mass Teleport, one of those abilities that, well, is absolutely game changing, and he is going to go ahead. He tried to Mass Teleport for a second and then realized, wait, maybe I don't want to do that yet. Scroll of Regeneration. I do recommend, if you do get Mass Teleport on an Archmage, still have that Scroll of Town Portal. A quick Stormbolt does cancel that Mass Teleport, and you do not want to get stuck anywhere in an unfavorable spot. Mass Teleport sometimes does allow that to happen. Thank you for the cheer. Every cheer absolutely, and every bit does absolutely help. Looking to buy, I need new work computer upgrades, but it may be a new phone. My phone's over 5 years old. Anyways, coming back around, Spellbreakers going to try and chase after the Mountain King here. The creeps are still joining in on the battle. Spellbreakers stealing all of that Bloodlust, and now finishing off the Ogre Magi here. Stormbolt, Ogre Lord's going to go to Romantic here. Romantic takes it down, picks up the Endurance Aura for that faster movement speed. The remainder of the creep camp, however, going to Leon, who, could obviously benefit from a Tome of Strength on that Archmage. Additional hit points. All right. Look at this. This Archmage literally has no survivability permanent items, so only has 725 hit points after a Tome of Strength +2 at level 6. Oh, thank you. Wow. That will definitely help, at least push me back into. Well, Twitch doesn't always pay me because I don't make the minimum threshold every month, so that should push me into at least the minimum threshold of this time around. All right. Archmage sitting at level 6, Mountain King sitting at level 4. We're going to see these army units perhaps push, make a move coming down across the map here. Spellbreakers, Archmage, Mountain King, level 6, level 5, going up against a level 6, level 4. I thought he just canceled it because the Mountain King isn't there just yet. I think he also wanted to get the Scroll of Regeneration off and have it heal up a bit more. All right, armies are going to try and engage here. We are looking at a Tome of Strength +2 Archmage of Archmage of Romantic sitting at 675. Both sides, Archmage is really the weakest link, but perhaps an important link to keep this army together. A Stormbolt could make the dramatic difference. Stormbolt onto Romantic's Mountain King. Mountain King taking quite a bit of damage, getting healed up, and now, lost quite a bit of mana, but now that it is in that avatar form, is immune to magic, meaning that the Spellbreaker's drain mana feedback does not affect it. All right, Mountain King losing quite a bit of mana, trying to head every which way. Leon now picking up, dropping back down as Water Elemental going to get controlled magic back there. Stormbolt finishing off a priest right there. Mountain King unable to do very much, not having that many great targets, and really it's come down to a battle of Stormbolts. And the level 5 Mountain King, or level 6 Mountain King now for Romantic, seems to be carrying things a little bit better. All right, Leon still has a supply advantage. Stormbolt onto another unit there trying to finish things off. Spellbreakers continuing to exchange blows. More control magic going back every which way and still going back and forth. All right, Mountain King looking to wait for this avatar to come to an end. Does have a potion of mana. Zeppelin picking up and dropping down units. Going to go ahead and pick up and drop down in the back again. All right, 80 supply compared to 63. More control magic going back across every which way. The water elementals don't know what armbands they want to wear, green or teal, since they are so close. Romantics, Mountain King could be in trouble. Down to 147. Is going to be able to back away. It is able to back away down to 120. Both sides still fighting their way across. Low hit point Spellbreakers in the back. Leon sitting at 77 compared to 69. Romantic has a lot of lower hit point units in the back that are not engaged in the battlefield. So Leon's supply advantage is really starting to show true here. Spellbreakers joining back in on the battlefield here. Mountain King slowly getting healed back up. Seems to be doing okay. Mountain King, Stormbolt exchange. 289 versus 338. Both sides going to go ahead and pick up, drop back down, as the Spellbreakers from Leon are now coming in to reinforce from behind, catching some of those lower hit point Spellbreakers, unaware. Still fighting their way back through. Mountain King continuing to engage. Archmage down to the south here. Romantic Archmage down to 300 hit points. No Stormbolt inbound, but it is taking quite a bit of feedback damage again. Archmage of Leon still fighting, continually fighting. Level 6 now on the Archmage of Romantic, as it's going to be dropping in more water elementals as well, and now has access to mass teleport. All right, both sides fighting their way through. Leon trying to take down the Mountain King here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt come back the other way? Stormbolt bash. Is it going to finish off? No, potion of lesser invulnerability at 78 hit points. I think it was even lower, but priests were constantly healing as the Mountain King now trying to back away once again. Archmage fighting their way through. This is just a long, drawn-out battle as the Mountain King still needs to heal back up. 67 supply compared to 56. Who is winning out? Is Romantic going to actually pull this off, even though there is such a big economic disparity? No additional mining for Romantic, but does Romantic have enough gas in the tank to finish things off here? Leon has these low hit point water elementals, but they may just feed up more experience for Romantic again and perhaps give a little bit more there. Mountain King shows up to the party. Stormbolt onto the Mountain King of Romantic. Romantic's Mountain King finally falls at level 6, and that may be enough to tip the scales. Archmage now trying to mass teleport out of this battle and does exactly that. Leon sitting at 58 supply with a 44 supply army. Romantic sitting at 51 supply with a 45 supply army. No mining happening in Romantic's Romantic's base. May try to start doing long distance mining, as it doesn't have enough gold to even start a town hall as of yet. Coming back through, Leon, is he going to finish the job now? Is that expansion that he held on to desperately early on in this game going to give him the victory? That appears to be the case. 64 supply compared to 50 over 72. Mountain King needs to get resurrected, but it is an expensive proposition when you have no source of income. All right. Mountain King sitting at 5.5. Archmage sitting at 6 comfortably. Units are going to try and finally push on in. Army engagement. There is also remember the expansion off to the top right hand side of the map that has 1,000 some odd gold, has mined for about 4 minutes as the mass teleport now comes in. We're going to go into an engagement here. Priest are in the backfield. Mountain King wants to find low hit point Priest, or, well, make low hit point Priest and then finish them off with the bash. Mountain King now looking to retreat back again. If he can continue to just find those Priests in the fight and then Stormbolt them down, find a Priest, Stormbolt, and then back away, rinse and repeat. Let this battle of attrition just begin to take hold as the Priest are still doing fairly well. All right, Mountain King going to go ahead and do another Stormbolt Priest attack down. No, I believe there was actually a scroll of healing or something happening there that allowed that Priest to get healed back up at a much faster rate than I would have normally expected. Peasants still fighting their way back, but that is not gonna be enough. An absolutely beautifully played game by Leon to take down Romantic. He was down in hero level as Romantic got to level 6 on both of his heroes, but the additional resources translated into perhaps a little bit more items and the ability to maintain a larger army. That 80 supply army just was large enough and it went back and forth. A great game there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.